Hello folks, this is Mark at Typhoon Studios. Uh, this is my first video demonstrating the usefulness of TyphoonDrive. TyphoonDrive is not a complicated program, and we'll get to it. I'll show you one way to view the drive through Windows Explorer. It's under your computers. It just says TyphoonDrive. I have it designating as a T drive, but you can change that if you would like. And if you click on the TyphoonDrive, you can see that it holds all of your computer backups. And initially we put an example folder and an example README text document on your TyphoonDrive. So the reason I say it's not very complicated, there aren't that many features. It's just kind of a big, dumb virtual drive. And any files that you save on the drive are hundreds, if not thousands, of miles away from you, remote to your current location. So they're safe and they won't be affected by any hazards that occur to your computer locally. So that's one way to get to it. I'll show you through the main interface. We double left click on the blue icon on the system tray. We get to the main TyphoonDrive interface, and we can open up that same TyphoonDrive just by clicking on Open Explorer, and we get to the same spot. This is it, and we can create directories. Let's create a subfolder in the TyphoonDrive area here, and I'm just going to say call it a test folder, and I'm going to create another directory within that folder, subdirectory, and so it just acts like a regular drive, and we can save files to these folders. And so these aren't backup folders. The only backups on the TyphoonDrive are designated by the purple dot. So I could drag this document to this subfolder right here, and it'll save it to my TyphoonDrive just like a normal drive. And as you can see, in the TyphoonDrive current jobs area, the file was shown there, and the progress of the file, it's already uploaded to the drive. So when you do a backup, you'll see the progress of files being backed up or written to the drive in that window. So let's drag another file there, another copy to that subfolder. And there we go. Here goes the spreadsheet. And this is, I guess it's already done. Great bandwidth today, but I wish it would have stayed up there a little longer so I could show you. But anyway, let me show you something else. The drive is also where you schedule your bandwidth limitations. So anytime that you use your drive frequently, let's say you know that you get to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you know you leave at by 6 o'clock at night. You can select that range by clicking and then shift clicking. You can select that range, and you can manually decrease the upload availability of bandwidth and decrease or increase the download availability and so forth. So it gives you a granular ability to set specific times of the day. So this is your bandwidth schedule. It does set it in the wizard according to what your choice. and most people just leave that alone. But it does. The software does give you the granularity of being able to set a specific schedule for bandwidth usage. One other thing I would like to show you is you can test your bandwidth. And we have a number of different settings, but we'll test the bandwidth, and it asks you, do you want us to choose the best connection type based on the results? And I'll say yes, and it does a little bandwidth test, and then it sets the correct setting for bandwidth for your particular machine. So that's the bandwidth test. Another thing I want to show you, currently my bandwidth is upload is running at 55% and download is at 55%. I'm going to change that back because I don't generally throttle it down at all. It doesn't seem to affect my performance. But I'll throttle that up to 100%. And I want to show you, whoops, 55% here still. I forgot to change that. Okay, so the one thing that you can do if you're feeling the pain of your throttling of bandwidth, or if your machine's a little slow, you can slow down. There may be a backup happening in the background and you're working on your machine. What you do is you can tell TyphoonDrive, don't use as much bandwidth by just hitting one setting, just slow speed. And what that does is it chokes down the upload bandwidth to 10% and the download bandwidth to 10% for 30 minutes. Okay, that's just a quick and easy setting. If you want it to go faster, you're going to leave your desk and just say, go at full strength. Hit the turbo speed button, and it'll set both the upload and download bandwidth to 110% for 30 minutes. So that's the bandwidth schedule and the two turbo speed and slow speed buttons on the interface. And that's all I had for this video. Thank you for watching.